Good evening, baseball fans. It is Sunday, July 28th. I almost said January because I have the wrong J month. That's so good for me, Susie. Anyhow, I hope everyone is well. I'm going to give you the rated R warning right off the top. This is a rated R podcast for all of the cuss words because that's just who I am as a person. So if that's not your deal, that's okay. Just skedaddle on out of here and put the earmuffs on the little ones. Or don't. Again, not going to judge if that's what you want to do. Just don't come for me when your 4-year-old starts using the appropriate cuss words at the appropriate times. That's all I'm saying. With that said, I am Susie. That is Tom. This is Bourbon and Baseball, Astros edition, and away we go. It's been a hot minute since we've recorded. I don't have a good excuse on why we didn't record after the A series, maybe because it's the A's. And did we really want to talk about dropping 2 of 3 to the A's? I mean, we all know who the Astros daddy is. That's okay. It's not the Dodgers. It's not the Dodgers. Absolutely not. It is the A's. It is the A's. So, if you are now just tuning in, yes, we in fact did drop 2 games to the Oakland Athletics because that's what we do, people. It's what we do. However, let's be fair now. Lawrence Butler is an actual machine. He made some sort of like mechanical tweak and is just the hottest hitter in baseball, along with Brent Rooker and Miguel Andujar and the rest of that lineup. You're all that's right. Because you know what? We beat the team in California. That actually matters. The LA Dodgers. The LA Dodgers. We took 2 of 3 from the LA Dodgers. And let's be really honest. Sweeps are hard, Tom. Sweeps are hard.
I say it all the time. Win series is sweeps are hard.
Yeah. I'll be honest though, we did our boy dirty. Spencer Arrighetti, you deserved better. You did. You deserve better. You deserve some run support on behalf of the Houston Astros. I don't matter, but I'm gonna apologize for them for just stranding runners, leaving runners just on the basis because who wants to drive home? Anybody besides, oh, I don't know, the best fucking catcher in baseball. That would be one, Yainer Diaz. Thank you, Dusty Baker. If you know, you know. So our boy, Yainer Diaz, best catcher in baseball, and I say that not facetiously. Ooh, I do not say that sarcastically. No, that is actual in the stats. He is in the league, not just American League, not in the National League, all over, all. What's the word I'm looking for? In the entirety of the league.
There you go.
Sure, that's what we'll go with. He has the highest batting average among catchers. Take that, Will Smith. Not keep my wife's name out your mouth, Will Smith. The other Will Smith, not the pitcher either. The catcher for the Dodgers. Adley Rutschman, yes. Salvi, yes. Wilson Contreras, the Contreras brothers, okay. Don't sleep on Yainer Diaz, people. Don't sleep on Yainer Diaz. Apparently, he is tied with, oh, I don't know, future Hall of Famer Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez for having the 11th multi-hit game of the season. 11 games where he has multi-hits. Today he was no, it wasn't today. It was yesterday when he went 3 for 4. I don't know what we're gonna do when Kyle Tucker comes back, people. What are we gonna do? Do we push Kyle? Do we put Kyle? Are we batting Kyle Tucker fifth? Are we batting Kyle Tucker fifth?
Please
Is
let's
that what we're
talk
gonna
about it.
do?
I'm dying to have this conversation. Me and Susie talked about this off air. I don't know, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when we were thinking maybe Tucker was gonna come back, and Susie's like, "No, Yiner's gonna go down. They're gonna move Yiner down." And I'm like, "But why?
No,
We've
I'm
been
pretty sure
bought."
we had a. I think we had a discussion on this
Okay, I
on
thought
one
we
of the past episodes. I
I
think we
thought I
did.
thought we did it off air, but if we did it on air, even better. I was like, look,
Mm.
the cleanup spot since Yiner's been in it, the man has been an absolute machine. I guess thank you, Dusty Baker. I don't know if maybe the fact that he didn't play last year means he was able to play this year and now he's great because he wasn't going to be great last year. I don't know. I think he would have been great last year, but that's a conversation for another day.
No,
Right
that's a
now,
horse that we have beaten to death.
but right
Bloody.
now, when you look at this lineup, I don't know that I want anybody other than Yainer Diaz behind Jordan Alvarez batting cleanup. And that's not to say that Kyle Tucker is not a monster. Last year, I was the big champion of, left on left with both of those guys back to back. Did not care because they hit lefties great. But right now, if you think about it, the ability to have left, left, right now with a guy like Yainer, why not? You're not going to be able to stack up a lefty pitcher. Not that it mattered in our opinion, but now it gives the other manager more to think about. And I think the coolest thing in the world would be able to say Kyle Tucker's batting fifth, and he's got all these guys in front of him. So you have to pitch to him because when you have to pitch to Kyle Tucker, he's really fucking good.
Absolutely. Is this what we call an embarrassment of riches when Kyle Tucker is batting fifth in your lineup? I guess so. And let's get into the Dodger series again. We took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. We dropped today's game, the Spencer Arrighetti game, and I don't know if it's because of the fact that our guys haven't seen River Ryan? Reed Ryan? River Ryan. River Ryan. And they're like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe we're trying to make him look like Nolan Ryan. We don't know." It was a battle of aces out there essentially because Spencer Arguetti was all over the zone today, just striking out motherfuckers. Just I think he ended his day. Now, if you look at the line is not as wonderful as he actually pitched. Don't get it twisted. Yes, the line today for Spencer Arrighetti was 8 Ks, which we love. 8 Ks, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, but 2 home runs.
But a quality
Again,
start.
yes. Quality start. Not gonna lie, like I said, I think he had 5 Ks through 2 innings. At no point in time did I have Spencer Arrighetti having that as his line against the Dodgers. Now I understand it is a Dodgers lineup without Mookie, without Freddie. Side note, Freddie Freeman, I hope everything turns out with your son. Freddie on Friday before the game, about 2 hours before the game started, because he was in the lineup. They scratched him. He hopped on a plane back to LA because apparently his son was hospitalized. We hope everything turns out okay and that he gets well very quickly. Freddie Freeman, we're very sorry about that. So healing vibes, prayers, hugs go out to you, sir. So again, Shohei was in the lineup. Now the fact that Spencer Getty struck out Shohei Otani, not gonna lie, I did not have that on my baseball bingo card. This morning when I was talking to Mike, my husband, about the game, I said, Shohei is going to take Spencer Getty deep, like first pitch. I had zero faith in Spencer Arrighetti versus Shohei Otani, not gonna lie. It's Shohei. The rest of the lineup, I had more faith. At no point in time did I think Kevin Biggio was gonna get him. At no point in time did I think Gavin Lux was going to get him. Teoscar, okay, I see it. Jason Hayward, okay. Gavin Lux, Kevin Biggio, not the names on my bingo card that we're going to drive in runs. The Dodgers possibly are the only other team that have more starting pitchers on their IL than the Astros, but their depth is just a little bit better than ours. River, Ryan, rookie, I think this was his second start. We just couldn't hit him. Couldn't hit him. Except for Yiner, because Yiner's amazing. Big John. Big John is doing the things. I need the people's Tom to give Big John his gold stars, his flowers, all the praise.
I will not.
I need to hear it. What? Girl,
I will not. I will not.
why?
Because while listen, I feel the same way about Big John as I do Dubon when he's in the lineup and he's hitting, as I feel about Chaz when he's hitting. I love that. Do I think that they're out there saving the world? Are they doing Yainer Diaz stuff? Absolutely not. Big John went 1 for 4 today. Now, did he hit a double? Yes. Could it have been a triple if he didn't pimp it so hard? Maybe. It didn't matter. He got left stranded, which absolutely was awful. And
Let's be really honest, he wasn't gonna he Big John, his name is Big John for a reason. He is not fast as fuck, boy. There is no way he's gonna lay out a fucking triple. Okay, let's just be really honest. I love him, but he
but
is not fast as fuck.
look, I the platoon thing I think is real, and I think him versus a right-handed pitcher absolutely do it. But when you see him against a lefty, and I know people want to make it about it, oh, it's not a lefty thing. Yes, it is. He just doesn't hit lefties. And when you look at him, he's 232. He went 1 for 4 today with a 670 OPS. If I took the name away and said, Susie, I've got a guy batting 232 with a 670 OPS, you're probably going, is that Jose Abreu? And it's for me, I
Is
feel
that
that way.
Chas McCormick? That's really what
Exactly. That's why I don't get all hyped up. And a lot of people get hyped up about Big John. And I'm like, yes, do all the things. I'm rooting for the Astros. But at the same time, I realize what he's doing, and I'm,
Okay, but need I remind you about the home run that Big John hit in the second game?
no,
No?
you don't have to remind me. I was there. I
Second
saw
game?
it.
First game.
It was a big spot. It was a second game. It was a big spot. Love that. I think in certain situations, Big John's perfect. Plays good defense. I feel like he hustles for the most part. Sometimes I think defensively, he's a little bit more like plays a little casual defensively. Like he's expecting that pitcher to cover first every time. He is not legging anything out. Like you said, not fast as fuck boy. And if the pitcher is not on his game, there's been a couple instances already where I'm going to shovel you the ball, and he's like, oh shit, and it's been an infield single or something dumb like that. But I don't. This is not a. I dislike John Singleton. I just will not hype him further than what he is. He's a guy. Vibes, sure. All of that
Lindsay,
thing,
if you are
absolutely.
listening to this, if for some reason someone sent you this, Tom does not represent
I do
the
not.
podcast
I
in
do
its
not.
entirety. Just know that Tom's views are Tom's views alone. He does not represent
Hundred
Bourbon and
percent.
Baseball in its entirety. I
100%.
need you to know this, Lindsay. I need you to know this. Listen, Motherfucker, I'm not
I
gonna
don't
say motherfucker can do no wrong because the bat flip was majestic as fuck.
dude,
Majestic AF.
he bat flipped it out earlier in the game too, and I was just like, look, that's just his thing. He hits it, it feels sweet. The bat's going. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going somewhere because the first baseman snares it. And it's like, that doesn't look as hot when you bat flip a line drive out.
Listen, Linda. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. I almost sang that. You're welcome that I didn't. All right. Friday night was a banger. Okay. Friday night was now, again, like I said, the Dodgers are rolling out names that we are not super familiar with because they've got 4,003 injured starting pitchers as well. Yes, you are correct. We did not see Tyler Glasnow. We did not see Clayton Kershaw. Those pitchers were used in the San Francisco Giants game. So it was Gavin Stone, who is a rookie-ish. This is his second year. I think I say like a year and a half because I think he was brought up late last season, but still rookie, not a veteran by any means. So it was Fromber versus Gavin Stone, and Fromber was dealing. Fromber was dealing
We got good
all of
from.
we did. We got good Fromber, and it was awesome. So we shut them out 5-0. Joey with a single, RBI single in the bottom of the second. We love that. And then bottom of the third, Alex Bregman with a homer. We're gonna Alex Bregman got hot. We're gonna talk about Alex Bregman a little bit more. But Alex Bregman hit a homer, and now it's 2-0 in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the fourth, Jeremy Pena doubles, and then Big John with that big old backflip. Now it's 4-0, and it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. It was majestic, and I loved it so much. And then let's see. Brian Abreu replaces Fromber. Fromber's final line was 10 Ks. 10 Ks, right? Yes. 10 Ks, 6.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 10 Ks. We say we got quote unquote good Fromber. Guys, we are a spoiled motherfuckers. That's what we are. And
Louder for the people in the back.
that's what we are as a fan base because we lament. "Oh, which Fromber are we gonna get? Are we gonna get the good Fromber or the bad Fromber?" I'm aware. I hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. I get it. He's rocking a 3.43. Words taste a little sour out of my mouth, just a little bit. But this is what we get though. The highs are high with Fromber, right? But the lows are low because we know how good he can actually be. And I think that's why it hurts just a little extra when he gets wild as fuck and doesn't want to listen to Yiner and goes off script. And you're like, "What the fuck? What just happened? Why? Why did that happen? What happened?" And you saw it. You saw it in that game. Yiner walked halfway to the mound to tell Fromber to calm the fuck down and just go. And I loved it. I loved it. Take fucking control of that situation, Yiner. And a part of me wonders if Fromber doesn't appreciate it coming from Yiner because he's younger as well. Not only is he like a rookie catcher, but like he's a young rookie catcher. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's what it is, but I'm glad you brought it up because I love this. I love this whole conversation because I think Fromber has that ace mentality. So you better be a veteran with years of experience talking to me. And what I love about it is clearly they beefed, right? They had that one outing against the Angels where Fromber got lit up. And it was like, I think he laid that at Yiner's feet. And then I think over time, basically the clubhouse went, no, you're a bit of a nut job. We need you to calm the fuck down. And then they decided, look, we're going to make this happen because we think he can be good for you. Because as stubborn as Fromber is on the mound, and you see it the way he peacocks and certain calls get him riled up, I think Yiner is stubborn too. And their energies match. So the fact that he was like, hey, settle your ass down, and he was like, okay, okay. And then if you watched when they came off the field together, they were like, hey, okay, cool, appreciate you, that kind of thing. I love that for Fromber because you need a strong-willed person back there to not let Fromber push you around. And if it's anything we can say about the way Yiner calls a game, he's out there absolutely signaling, hand gestures to the pitcher. Hey, that's good. Hey, settle the fuck down. Hey, that was a check swing. Did he go? Every time, calling for it. Doesn't matter if the dude like flinched his shoulder. Did he go? And I love that too because all of that stuff is just positive energy. And as Susie will tell you, the show is predicated, whether it's Astros edition or All the Balls edition, on vibes. That dude back there is a vibe. And I don't even like that.
Absolutely.
It feels dirty coming out of my mouth because I'm not a big vibe user, vibe thing. Feelings. Fuck vibes are feelings, whatever. But anyway,
He's got aura, as the kids like to call it, the
yes.
Riz. He's the Rizzler. That I don't like that. I'm not gonna do that. That's weird. Let's not. No, thank you. That's I really was trying to be cool and I can. I am fully aware that I am a middle-aged woman and calling someone the Rizzler is just not a thing that I am
Dirty.
capable of
So dirty.
being and, like, trying to be serious about it. I can do it facetiously and be funny. I cannot do it seriously. That's not and if you are over the age of, say I'm gonna go, like, 25. If you're over the age of 25 and you are trying to use these words, actually, like, seriously, stop it. Just stop it. There's a reason why the kids are making fun of us and using words like "skibbity toilet" because they can get away with it when they're 12, 15.
The one that I
They
can't stand that it seems like it's used way too much now is cringe. Everything's fucking cringe. And that's cringy and cringe. It's that's like a default word. I'm like, why? Why? I don't know.
Sus is the funny one too. Sus, I get. Cringe, okay. But some of these ones that are being used now, like beta, I'm all, "What are you talking about? Like alpha and beta?" Like, I thought alpha was the good one, and then beta was not the good one. And they're all, "Oh, you're so old." I'm all, "Bitch, call me old again, and I swear to God, I will put you in the ground." Anyhow, so that is your tangent for the day, and back to Fromber. But yeah, no, the energy that Fromber gives off is that diva-esque energy, and sometimes warranted or not, that's who he is. That's you see how his car has been pimped out, and that's who he is. And better or worse, he is that guy. And like I said, when we get quote unquote good Fromber, that's why we get so fucking angry when he goes off script because he can be this fucking good. He can be that fucking ace that we're like, yes, that's the guy. And then when you're like, what are you doing? Why? Why? I feel like he is the ultimate luxury sports car that you have to be very precise and you have to change the oil at 3,000 miles and you have to make sure that they have the elite tires and that you drive that shit on very smooth surfaces on the tracks and that there's no potholes, there is no speed bumps because like the luxury I don't know anything about luxury cars, so this analogy may just go right over people's heads. But I feel like luxury cars, you need to maintain them very well and you're like very careful when you drive them. At least I would be because I'm poor. I feel like that's Fromber, and if Fromber hits like an ice patch, we're fucked. If Fromber hits like the tiniest little pebble on the we're fucked. It's done. And that's what I feel like every time Fromber's on the mountain. Because when he's cruising and he's getting those calls and he's locked in, we are good to go. And then as soon as the ump either squeezes him or misses a call or there's a wrong, he has been wronged, it's done. I'm like, keep it together, please keep it together, please, Fromber, just keep it together, just come on.
And if you
And
don't
that's
believe
how I feel.
Susie, follow her on Twitter. These are the exact tweets. They sound just like her right now. The tweets read the exact same way. Okay, calm down. Lock it in, Fromber. It's okay. It's okay. With the fingers crossed emoji and everything. This is Susie tweeting this mid game, live, real time. I promise.
It's fun. It's a fun time on Twitter. It's a fun time. I'm trying to be better and not spam the timeline every 2 seconds, but sometimes it just has to be done. It just has to be. So, again, that game was awesome. Let's talk about the Saturday game. Hi, yi, that Saturday,
Game of the year.
I looked at my husband and I said, "Hey, do you remember the last game that Alex Bregman walked it off and you woke me up?" And he started dying laughing. If you guys don't know the story, there is a before Baseball Susie version, and that version happened in 2017, game 2 of the World Series, Alex Bregman walked it off in the 10th. I had fallen asleep on the couch. My husband is watching this game. He wakes me up. Now, you should know that you don't wake me up. Not for anything, unless the house is like burning down or my child is hurt. At this point in time, I had no children. The house was not burning down. The pets were fine. Okay. He woke me up with the words, "Oh, Alex Bregman walked it off in the 10th." Had not a fucking clue what any of those words meant, string together in a sentence like that. Didn't know who Alex Bregman was, didn't know what a walk-off was, and was super pissed that he woke me up to tell me this. Because I'm all, yay, sports ball. I'm all, so that means we win the game or what? And he's like, yes, that means we won the game. Okay, cool, cool. I'm gonna go back to bed now. Thank you. Now,
Can you imagine future Susie watching past Susie in this moment? Going, bitch, you better get out of that bed right now and cheer on Alex Bregman because that man just put my team. Could you imagine? That would
so
be entertainment.
I was watching this game as the team is stringing runs together and we are clawing back. Now, mind you, it was 5-0 at one point, and the
Bottom of the
4th, 5th
sixth.
inning, bottom of the 6th inning, and I'm all, "Cool, cool, alright, it's gonna be real hard to win this series because Spencer Getty is tomorrow. That's fine, whatever. It is what it is. It'll be okay. It'll be okay." That's what I was saying internally. On the inside, trying to be okay. On the outside, I'm all, "Alright, okay, that's fine too." But on the inside, I was dying just a little bit. And then we're, like, scratching and clawing, and it cannot be overstated that it was not the quote unquote "big guys" scratching and clawing our way back into this. Jose Altuve, love him. We're gonna talk about that at bat in just a minute. We're gonna talk about it in just a minute, okay? We're not, but not right this second. We will talk about it though. But Jeremy Pena or Yiner Diaz doing it, Jeremy Pena doing it, Jake Myers. All of the good things to say about you, Jake Myers. All right. So it was the quote unquote bottom of the order boys doing this. It wasn't Jordan. It wasn't Altuve. Yes, Greggy did walk it off, but that was at the end of the night. That was at the end of the night. The heavy lifting was all done by the bottom of the order guys. Get you a team that can do both, people. Okay? Just like how we didn't expect Kevin Biggio to do anything for the Dodgers, Gavin Lux, no one expected. Jeremy Pena, Jake Myers, nothing. Okay? It was 0-5. We scratch and claw our way back. And then it was 6-4. And then my heart is palpitating. I'm dying. I'm screaming, trying not to react when I see in play runs on the phone and just waiting for actual real time to go. And I'm dying, like, legitimately dying. Every at bat. 2017, if I was now baseball Susie in 2017, I'm pretty sure I would have had a stroke. I'm almost positive I would have had a stroke. My blood pressure would have been so high that my body would be like, "Nope, sorry, we can't do this. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope, too intense." And then just I would die. And it wasn't even a playoff game. It's a game the end of July, people, and I was on the edge of my seat. That tells you how much energy went into this game. Were you watching this game, Tom, or did you have to go back and watch it?
I had to go back and watch it, but I did.
Okay.
I was at the Dynamo game. It was a birthday was on Friday. Dynamo game was on Saturday. So I'm at the game watching the Dynamo, watching the Stros, watching the Dynamo, watching the Stros. And it was 5-0. And I was like, ooh, that's not good. And then I just watched them claw back. And Victor Caratini, you cannot forget about Victor Caratini, who was busted up not too long ago. He had a big knock to score run there too. We've
And
talked about Yiner, but Yiner in this series has become the Astros leader in RBIs. Not Jordan, not Tuve, not Bregman, not Tucker, Yiner Diaz. That's who's leading the Astros in RBIs right now.
yeah, side note, I'm a horrible co-host, and I did not wish you a happy birthday because I forgot to put it on my calendar, and I forgot
It's
about it.
all
I'm
good.
very
All
sorry.
good. This is a good show for that.
Everybody everybody wish Tom a belated happy birthday, people, okay?
Thank
We're
you.
gonna
Thank you.
sing
Thank
to
you.
him later on. But we will say happy birthday. In the bottom of the 6th, Chaz singles, my guy, brought those hands in. Boy, did he need that. Oof. I feel so badly for Chaz. I feel so badly for Chaz. But you know what? It's the hot hand. That is what our manager, my manager, Joe Spada is doing. I saw something today that cracked me up. You know how people can have their tagline or whatever on Twitter, and the tagline said, "Jeff Lunau, save us." And here's the real ironic part, was that person was talking shit about Joe Spada and and how they wish Dusty Baker was back, and I'm all, I you that's does not compute. I don't You cannot say that you want Jeff Lunau to save us and yet want Dusty Baker back, because those 2 things would not, nope. I
Could you imagine if Jeff went out and got somebody and Dusty's like, I'm not playing him? Could you imagine how fast Dusty would have got fired and the fan base would have been like, wait, what? Huh? What? He's a Hall of Fame manager. And why is he doing that? And because Jeff Luno went out and got you somebody and you didn't play him.
Do you remember when they traded Miles Straw?
People lost it. He lost. Dusty lost it. That's my guy. I was like,
Yep,
nah, bro.
because
It was. We have Miles
James
Straw
Click
to thank for Yiner Diaz.
James Click was like, "Oh, okay, fine. You wanna keep playing Miles Straw? I'm gonna just ship Miles Straw right on off." And I'm all, "Is that really what happened? Is that it seemed like that's what happened." And everyone's, "Oh, we got Yanner Diaz, and we needed a reliever." And I'm all, "Oh, alright. Jake Myers, come on down."
I feel
Oh,
like,
y
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I feel like that was exactly the scene from Moneyball where he's
It
like,
was
you can't,
1000% the scene.
you can't start. So, and Menachino went down and so, and I can do this all day. And Dusty's like, you're killing this team. And then they go on a run. It's Dusty is back.
Yeah, and that was when Jake Myers got some run, and that's I remember when Jake Myers hit a grand slam, and I was all, "Shut up. You mean center fielders could hit home runs too? They're not supposed to just be really fast and be able to steal bases? Surprise." Anyhow, so in the bottom of the 6th, Chaz singles, Altuve singles, and then there are 2 outs, and because Breggy force out, Jordan lines out, and then Yiner with a single, RBI single, and this is now, mind you, people, this is all with 2 outs. This is all with 2 outs, all right? Yiner singles, now it's 5-1. Jeremy Pena singles, now it's 5-2. Jake Myers singles, 5-3, and then God bless you, Joe Espada, because who pinch hit? Who pinch hit for Mauricio Dubon? Victor Caratini, baby. Victor Caratini,
Looking like the
and
signing of the summer. When you
oh,
go
I love
back
it.
and look at the offseason of all the names that they brought in, Hader, and nothing against Josh Hader, he's been fantastic. But where would we be without Victor Caratini? I don't know.
Don't know. So, and then Victor Caratini, pinch hit off the bench, single. Huh, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? So, again, the fact that it's the bottom of the lineup doing work. When I say we were literally crawling and clawing our way back, this is what I mean, because how on God's green earth do you string 4 RBI singles with 2 outs together? The win probability map was crazy.
All over the place.
It was insane. So that was 5-4 now, and then Evan Phillips, all of those runs were on Evan Phillips. Evan Phillips did not have it. And then in the top of the 7th, nothing happens in the top or the bottom of the 7th. In the top of the 8th, Taylor Scott comes in and gets a home run to Kevin Biggio. People, to Kevin Biggio. Now, granted, it was a dick high fastball. Can't groove one there. As quote unquote poorly as Kevin Biggio has been playing, pretty sure you put a 93-mile-an-hour fastball there, they're gonna get it. And he did. And he did. I was like, cool. Love that.
Yeah, but how good has Taylor Scott been? He gave up the 1 run in 1 inning of work. His ERA still 1.45.
Still very upset that Taylor Scott wasn't recognized as an all-star. I'm still very upset that he's not being recognized as one of those elite relievers, but that's okay. Keep sleeping on Taylor Scott, and we will just keep running him out as our secret little weapon. Because it cracks me up when the big national podcasts talk about the Astros, and they talk about Brandon Abreu, and they talk about Hader and Presley. Nobody mentions Taylor Scott. That's how I don't actually watch the team. It's when they don't mention Taylor Scott.
Funny side note, like obviously Astros fans know Taylor Scott. Somebody tweeted out today with the prices that are hung on these relievers, the Astros should trade Taylor Scott because they get an absolute mega haul for this dude because he's so much better than all these guys that are getting moved around for premium prospects. And I was like, he's not wrong, but he's wrong. Like we need that guy, but I get it. That makes so much sense. He would be so valuable if he was available, which he is not.
What's Seth Martinez garner then? We would not get as much as Taylor Scott. That's not the data nerds are over here being like, "Oh my god, Susie, Seth Martinez would not get a haul, blah blah blah."
The dude from Tampa, I don't think he's that much better. I think his name's Adam. I don't think he's that
Jason
much
Adams?
better. Yeah, I don't think he's that much better than Seth Martinez.
I don't know, the underlying
Tampa,
metrics may be better-ish, but who knows?
Tampa, by the way, is putting on a clinic on how to sell. They went out and got 9 prospects that are their top 30. And it's just like,
And
hopefully
their
his
farm
Astros.
system was already pretty good, but by the end of this trade line, people, do not get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. Tampa Bay Rays may be selling, but don't think for 1 iota of a second that it will probably affect their standings. I guarantee you they will still probably be in the wild card race. And by the end of the trade deadline on the 31st, they will probably have top 3 farm system now with all of these prospects that they're getting. Next season you just wait cuz that it's going to be absolutely insane next season. I'm still waiting for Junior Caminero to be called up. I don't know why Junior Caminero has not been called up. Like it's absolutely insane.
I read
So
today that they're saying that with that trade of Paredes, there's a good chance that he could get called up now.
I fucking hope so. I've been holding on to him in my fantasy league that I am losing, by the way. So mad. But yeah, so the Rays are putting on a fucking clinic. How to trade. The fact that Jason Adam, a reliever, and not even their closer, got them the Padres three really good prospects is absolutely fucking insane. Just, but I'm all AJ Preller. What is you doing? I feel like AJ Preller is a very good drafter. but then maybe doesn't have the people around him to be like, "No, you shouldn't make that trade. Don't do that. That is
Keep
an
that
overpay
one.
by us.
Yeah.
Don't what is no, don't do that." But I don't know. So, we shall see what happens. But back to this game of the season. So, the bottom of the 8th, Daniel Hudson replaces Anthony Banda, and Jordan flies out for the first out. Yiner with a triple. Yiner Diaz with a triple.
That's a catcher, y'all.
Oh my god. Love it. Jeremy Pena, singles. Jeremy Pena has gotten so much better. I still get so mad when he doesn't lay off the low and away sliders, okay? The fact that he has been getting so much better lately has been wonderful, and leave him alone. Just leave don't mess with his spot in the order, okay? Like, when Tucker comes back, I guess then you can mess with his spot, but, like, right now, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Joe. Don't do it.
I think he fits
Um,
perfectly right behind Tuck. I think that's a nice little
yeah.
my dream scenario is Jordan, Yiner, Tucker, Pena. Good luck.
Yeah. Yep. So now it's 5 to 6. Jake Myers pops out. Joey Loperfido worked a walk. It was beautiful. That makes me very happy that Joey Loperfido is doing better at his plate discipline. That makes me very happy. Wild pitch and John Singleton with a single, and now it's tied 6 to 6. Trey Cabbage, pinch hitter for Chaz, gets hit by the pitch, and now the bases are fucking jacked. Astros on every base, 2 outs, and who comes to the plate? But our short king, our goat, Jose motherfucking
What?
Altuve. The best bad ball hitter in baseball. The best. Literally, I say that not facetiously. He's literally got the stats to prove it. When everybody knows this, and Blake Trinan says, "Okay, bad ball hitter Altuve, I'm gonna just feed you a steady diet of low and away sliders. See what you can do." And we all rejoice. We all rejoice when he is able to get to those because for some odd reason he is able to get to those. But when he doesn't, it's so maddening. It's the most maddening thing on earth. So maddening. If you do not follow me on Twitter, you should. You should because the picture I posted of where these pitches were, when I say they were so far outside, they were not only in the other batter's box, they were like far out in the other batter's box. All three. All three. Blake Trent's absolutely not. We're not giving him anything over the plate, not anything close. That's fine. If we walk him, it's a nope. All three. And it's Altuve. And so you just shrug and just you're like, it's Altuve. What can you do besides just get so fucking frustrated? But it's Altuve. And you are literally the shrug emoji. That's what you are. At least that's how I feel. But I had some very strong thoughts. I did. I had some strong thoughts and then immediately said, but remember when you got to those there and I went back to my timeline and I did a search on my Twitter, and there's 2 times within the last month or so when he's gotten to those and he's driven in a run. And it's those times when we're like, "Oh my god, I don't know how he got to those. Altuve's the GOAT. Altuve's the best." But then when he tries to go and get those and he misses all 3, you're like, "What the fuck, Altuve?" We can't have it both ways. Apparently we can because that's what I'm doing right now. But I'm just that's what we live in. That's the world that we live in. You gotta take Altuve with all of his faults and with all of his goodness, and that's what you get. You get the bad ball hitter Altuve. Now, everybody else needs to stop it though. You're not Altuve. You ain't never gonna be Altuve. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm looking at you, Jordan. I'm looking at you, Jeremy Pena, Joey Lopefito, Jazz, all of you.
Listen,
Okay?
as high as I am on Joey Loperfido, and you talked about his plate discipline, he is absolutely becoming a hit or a strikeout. There is no middle. The K number is incredibly high. I need Chaz figured out because then you could allow Joey to have a couple days off. He's playing every day. His defense, amazing, absolutely fucking amazing. That dude's glove can play every day. It's just I think sometimes with Joey right now, he needs a couple days off to like recalibrate, reset a little bit, see some baseball as opposed to being in the box all the time. And I was worried about the Astros from that aspect, like the outfielders. I feel like that's the one knock I got is that Joey Loperfido strikes out too much. Other than that, you got amazing defense. Although Jake Myers, there is no scenario where your arm is elite enough to throw anyone out. And that's not a knock. That's just honesty. I'm not going to say what Susie says. I'm not going to call you the noodle arm. I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is just hit the fucking cutoff, man. And don't try to make, he tried to throw a guy out at third today. And I'm like, in what world are you going to make that throw? No, sir. And that led to another run and whatever. But yeah, what a game. What a great game. What a great
Yeah.
comeback.
We talked about outfield defense. Chaz with a great diving catch as well. My guy. I love that. I fucking love it. And I need Chaz to figure it out. I need Chaz to figure it out. And I need Chaz to figure it out against left-handed pitching. Because last season against left-handed pitching, motherfucker was elite. Like almost in the ones. Was that in May or June? He had an OPS over 1 against left-handers. I need that Chaz back. I need that Chaz. I
Last
need
year, there
that
was
guy
like the
back.
three best guys was like Judge, Stanton, Chess. And I don't know where that guy went.
Yeah, I don't know where that guy went, but I need him back because the defense
You
is
know
still
what we
there.
need back more than anything else? Kyle motherfucking Tucker. All of
Peg
that
leg
gets
Pete.
solved
Yeah,
when Kyle Tucker steps back on the field. All of that.
yeah, yeah. Peg leg Pete, aka Kyle Tucker. I saw him take some throws, take some catches, take some throws, throw some balls. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Words are hard. I saw him play catch with Joe
Joe
Espada. There we
Espada.
go,
Yeah.
and looks good. I don't know how long a hairline fracture takes to heal, but
8 weeks.
give that man some more milk and some a PRP shot, and I don't know, or give him whatever Wilson Contreras had, because I don't know how the fuck you come back from a bat to the forearm in 4 weeks, but that motherfucker had magical healing powers, because I have no idea how he's back so quickly. I don't like the fact that we keep hearing not progressing as well as we had hoped. What the
Duh.
fuck does that mean, people? What okay, sure.
That's a nice way of
That's
saying we
fine.
thought he'd be back already, but he's not. And we're sorry we fucked up. That's what
Yeah.
they're trying to say as nicely as possible because they don't have a rated R podcast like we do.
Yeah. So that Justin Verlander is throwing off a mound again, apparently yesterday. He threw over 50 pitches, felt good today. Apparently, Luis Garcia is scheduled to throw off on a mound. I need a back. I need them back so that tomorrow, Jake Bloss versus Paul Skeens. What is that match?
It is going to be interesting because as bad as the Astros were about facing a guy you've never heard of, I imagine they're gonna do very well against Paul Skeens because that's what they do.
Oh, I don't think. I don't. I love our guys, but I think Paul Skeens is gonna fucking shove.
We'll see.
I think he's gonna.
Every time the Astros do this, some rookie, no-name kid you never heard of goes five shutty, and then behind him is Garrett Cole, and they light him up for 4 runs. I could see them getting to Skeens. They hit
We've
velocity.
never seen Skeens.
Nope.
We've never seen.
Let's be honest. I think the whole world has seen Skeens at this
Oh
point.
yes, but they've never hit against Skeens,
Yeah.
and we'll see. Now they will probably be very careful with Skeens. He is running up against innings limits like our young guys are, and they have some. I say they have some good bullpen arms. They have a couple of really good back end bullpen pieces, but that middle, those like bridge guys, those are what's missing. So if their starter doesn't go 6, 7 innings, it's not looking good for the Pirates. And it's not the Pirates offense, not great. So we'll see what happens. We will see. I sincerely hope that we can give Jake Bloss some run support.
A W in his last start as an Astro for the season. That's my hope that Jake deals tomorrow and that he never pitches for the Stros again this season. Not ever, just this season.
Yeah, the pitching probables is what Jake Bloss versus Paul Skeens, and I want to say there was a fun stat there. Oh, we didn't even finish talking about that last game, guys. I'm so sorry. We started talking about the Pirates. No, the walk off. We didn't even talk about the walk off.
You're right. You're right. Go ahead. I think the whole
I'm
world
sorry.
seen it.
We did, but we got to go back. So after Jose Altuve struck out with the bases loaded, obviously, it's what Altuve, Jordan, Yiner is supposed to come up, and Blake Trinan. Nope. Reggie fouled one off. Second pitch, Reggie parked it in the Crawford boxes, and as he's rounding first, what does he yell? Not in my fucking house.
I hope it's your
And
fucking house. Claim
I'm
that
not
shit.
gonna lie.
Claim it, baby. We want it to be your house too.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be very sad. I'm going to be very sad when he is not an Astro next season because another club offers him more money for a longer contract.
You saw his post game, correct?
Which one? I thought there was
After
like
the
two.
home run with Julia.
Yeah.
He was like, I hope we play a lot of games in front of these fans. So it was like a jab a little bit. The way I looked at it, the way I took it, is he was talking about, I love our fans. I hope we play a ton of games in front of them. And me thinking, like, bro, you know exactly how many games you're going to play this season. Made me think he was hinting at seasons,
Okay.
future seasons.
Don't come for me, people. Don't fucking come for me. As much as I love Alex Bregman, I do not want the Astros signing him to a 10-year deal or an 8-year deal.
I would do
Th
7.
Ooh.
He'll be 30. He'll be 37.
Is that how math works?
This is
I
not a
realize that's not a
this is
math
not a
pod.
math pod. We say this every time. So I'm
I
doing the math.
I appreciate that, but is that 30 plus 7 is 37 though? That's
Only
how
on a
that
Sunday.
addition works out? Okay.
No.
Okay. Let's be honest. Are our feelings going to sour towards Alex Bregman in the last 2 years of his contract when in April and May he's hitting 200 and we are calling for his head on a fucking platter because he cannot hit a lick? Is that what's gonna happen? Because mark my words, that's what's gonna fucking happen, people.
She's
That
like,
is what's gonna
I'm not
happen.
asking. I'm telling you that's what I'm doing.
We cannot bank on the fact that, oh, when the weather turns hot, Breg is gonna get hot. June is not gonna come for 36-year-old Breggy. Okay. I hesitate for a 7-year contract. I would do maybe 5. Maybe 5. And that's not what's gonna get it done for Alex Bregman. That is not what's gonna get it done for Alex Bregman.
I think 7 will be close. I think if you do 7 at say 200, which makes it like 29 million a year or some, I can't do the math on that. Anyway, but if you do that, I think you pay for what he is and you get a discount. Because I do believe he could get 8 or 9 or maybe 10 years from somebody else. Third base is a premium position. How many third basemen? You just don't grow them. Obviously, Bregman came from somewhere. When you look at the free agent market, it's few and far between that you see marquee third baseman get moved.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a whole hell of a lot when Breggy is not in an Astros uniform next season because he does provide that veteran leadership. Hell, we have him to thank for Hunter Brown's essential turnaround. Who would have thought that third baseman, that a hitter was gonna be like, "Oh, hey, pitcher, Hunter Brown. You ever think about adding this in? Maybe you should." Wait, what? So you mean this entire time no one's told you to do that? It's what? Oh, all right, Briggs. Cool. It is gonna hurt, but it will hurt a whole hell of a lot less after a parade. I'm just saying.
When Verlander left, it hurt less because it was after parade.
That did. It did. It did. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the Pirates. Now we will talk about the Pirates and the upcoming series. Like I said, it is Paul Skeens versus Jake Bloss. If you, I don't know, have lived under a rock and don't know who Paul Skeens is, let me educate you just a little bit. He was the number 1 overall draft pick last season. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Last season. This time last year, he was playing in the College World Series for LSU. Now, if you guys actually don't know, his story's actually really good. He actually started at Army, and he was a two-way player, and they said, "Maybe you should probably just concentrate on pitching." And he's, "Oh, Then he actually transferred to LSU because literally, if he continued pitching at Army, you apparently need to actually go into said service. And they're like, yeah, you probably shouldn't. Like, you are very talented, and this arm does not come around very often. Maybe you should go use your gift and in a professional setting. And he had to think really long and hard about what he wanted to do because he actually does want to serve, and that is part of his life plan after pitching. After this pitching career is done, he wants to go back into yes, he does. He wants to go and serve. So
Interesting.
I
I
don't
don't
know
think
if
I don't
timeline
know.
wise if that'll work out,
I don't know if that's the
but
thing.
that's what he said he's wanted to do. Who knows? Maybe he's the next Nolan Ryan and he'll pitch till he's 40. Who the fuck knows? But he is magnificent. I've watched a lot of Pirates games this season, specifically for Paul Skeens. Really, Jerry Jones started it, but Jerry Jones and Paul Skeens. Also, if you don't know, if you've heard of Livy Dunn, Paul Skeens is Livy Dunn's boyfriend. In the baseball world, Livy Dunn is Paul Skeens' girlfriend, but in the rest of the world, everyone's all, oh, yeah, Paul Skeens is that pitcher guy, Livy Dunn's boyfriend. What? That's how you know who watches.
So for me, who's Livy Dunn? Because I've seen her. I don't know who she is as like
You
a
shut the fuck
person.
up. You don't know who Livy Dunn is?
I know she's very attractive. That's all I know. Is there like a show I'm supposed to be watching that she's
Mm-mm.
made famous?
No, Livy Dunn is gorgeous. Yes, you hit that on the nail on the head right there. But she is an LSU gymnast. She's a quote unquote influencer, but that's how she got famous was because she was an LSU gymnast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she's an influencer. I think she's got over 10 million followers on TikTok and Instagram, and
Damn.
like her NIL deal is fucking huge. So she's got a bunch of brand deals, and
Is she in Paris right
she
now? Or is she not
I
that?
No.
Old or no, not yet.
No, I don't think she qualified for the Olympics. So, when I say she's a gymnast, yes, she's very good, but I don't think she's Olympics good. So, but yeah.
Okay.
So it is Paul Skeens and Jake Loss. Apparently, Paul Skeens, number 1 draft pick, overall draft pick last season. Apparently Jake Loss was 99.
Mhm.
So,
Last season.
it will be very interesting to see that matchup. He has a 6 Jake not Jake Loss, excuse me. Paul Skeens has a 6-1 record. That is his ERA, 1.93.
That's really good.
It is beautiful when Paul Skeens pitches. He's got 4 different pitches. He's got heat. He has got velocity. And when I say velocity, I'm talking like 103. It is beautiful. We talked about it, the All-Star game. He started the All-Star game for the NL, the rookie, Paul Skeens. So, expect heat and then expect some nasty breaking stuff because he will dot you up after he will speed you up and then just be like, "Oh, okay, here's a 93-mile-an-hour sinker."
So I have a question
Like,
for you.
"Oh, yes."
So Prize Picks, Vegas, wherever you want to go gamble, right? The
Mhm.
prop for Paul Skeens strikeouts is 7.5 tomorrow. Do you think he
Meaning
goes
he
over? Yeah. So that's the
meaning
number.
he's gonna strike out 7.5
No, that
or
means
he's gonna have
this is the
7.5
number that
strikeouts?
this is the number that Vegas set. Do you think he's going to go over that number or under that number?
Okay, but that's just him, though. It's not like a combined
Just him.
thing between him and Jake. Okay. He's gonna go over.
Over. What if I told you that only 3 of 52 road starting pitchers have gone over this line versus Houston this season?
I don't give a fuck.
Houston has the lowest K rate versus righties at home of the entire league.
Don't give a fuck. 'Cause I've seen Jose Altuve play baseball.
I'm more concerned that Chaz is going to be out there.
I have seen Jose Altuve play baseball. And, Hoskins is going to do 2 low and away sliders and then just dot him up with a
For
fastball.
for all the Texan fans that baseball, football, what you need to know about Paul Skeens that could excite you about what CJ Stroud does, they both have very similar pregame workout routines. Paul Skeens goes through this whole huge gambit of things that he does to get his body ready. Similarly, CJ Stroud has a whole thing that he does similar. He throws a baseball, shoots a basketball. He does all these things to get warmed up the same way Paul Skeens does, which is really cool for fans of, say, the Texans to know, hey, you're starting quarterback, this awesome pitcher who he's amazing. He's probably going to dominate this league before he's done. And they have very similar routines, which I think is really cool. I'm really looking forward to old school LSU Alex Bregman versus new school LSU Paul Skeens tomorrow. That should be must see TV.
Yeah, so, well, we shall see who their second starter is against Hunter Brown. It says TBD. I wanna say either Tags or Chandler Rome put out probables, and I wanna say that they had a starter listed for Tuesday, but we'll see. But Wednesday, it will be Martin Perez versus Framber Valdez. And Martin Perez, I feel like since the guys have seen him from the Rangers, I think we'll be fine. I'm trying to see if let's see. I don't know if Jared Jones will be I don't know if Jared Jones will be activated. If Jared Jones is activated, that Tuesday game will be very interesting because it will be like young stud versus young stud because before Paul Skeens got brought up, Jared Jones was that guy that was doing it for the Pirates. So now you hear the Pirates and you're like, "Eh," but don't get it twisted. Jared Jones has been very good. Mitch Keller has been very good. Martin Perez has been
Just a
passable.
guy. Yeah, that's what he's always been.
But I think next season will be very interesting to see that pitching rotation. Now, did we get Garrett Cole? We got Garrett Cole from the Pirates, right? Was Garrett Cole on the Pirates?
Garrett Cole was very good, but he'd have Paul Skeens type outings, but then he'd have outings where he'd get nicked up a little bit and had no run support. So I want to say his ERA was like a 3 something, maybe like high 3 back in the
Uh-huh.
day. And then he got to Houston and he just another level. But I think a lot of the analytic stuff that we were doing at the time that was like that helped him. And now he's, you know, golly, Pete's sake, Yankee guy.
Patty Susie loves that he got fucking jacked up the other day with for what 4 home runs. That's I was very petty and it made me happy. I know that's petty of me. I'm very sorry, but I'm still real mad about the whole thing after the World Series. Now, whatever. Anyways,
Employee
so
of me.
yeah. Ugh. That irked me. I get that he was mad that he didn't get put in, but still, that just anyhow, I don't know if Jared Jones will be activated for that Tuesday game. If he does, it will be interesting to see because I have Jared Jones on my fantasy team.
Garrett Cole in 2017 was 12-12 with a 4.26 ERA. He had 196 strikeouts in 199 innings. So it was
Okay.
like right there.
All right. I don't think Jared Jones will be activated for this game. Hiles notes that the right-hander will throw another bullpen during the Pirates' three-game series in Houston that starts Monday and faces hitters after the road trip ends Thursday. It's unclear if Jones will require a rehab assignment. It will not be Jared Jones on that Tuesday. I wonder if it'll be a bullpen game
Probably.
that we will not see Jack Swinsky since they just sent Jack Swinsky down, which is one of their outfielders. Granted, not a very good outfielder. Defense was very good, but offense, not so good. Big old Rowdy Telez, though. Rowdy Telez can do some things. Let's see. I'm trying to think. So Martin Perez, Mitch Keller, Luis Ortiz, Bailey Falter.
Bailey Falter,
So
I think, was the guy initially that was listed to be pitching. And then it changed to
ah,
TBD.
okay. Did he get hurt? I wonder.
I don't know. But he was in
Oh,
there and now you're saying it's TBD. So I don't know what happened.
interesting. So Luis Ortiz is also really good. I say really good. He is better than what people expected. Let's put it that way. So he's better than Martin Perez. We'll say that. He's better than Martin Perez. But so I wonder if Bailey Falter is injured. Let's let us see. Bailey. Oh yeah, Bailey Falter is on the IL. Bailey Falter's on the IL. Let's see, he's going on a rehab assignment. What, the 25th? So 28th? Yeah, so he went 3 innings in rehab. So I get Bailey Falter and Bailey Ober confused in my head. Bailey Falter, pitcher for the Pirates. Bailey Ober,
Twins.
very tall guy they call the Nightmare on the Twins. So maybe it'll be either Luis Ortiz or it won't be Jared Jones or Mitch Keller. When did Mitch Keller last pitch? I wonder if that matches up. Oh, good, Susie. I'm glad you know how to spell. Sunday afternoon. He pitched today, so it definitely will not be Mitch Keller. That we figured that mystery out. When did Luis Ortiz pitch last?
Saturday.
Let's see, Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. He pitched on 4 days rest. I don't think they do that, but may very well be a.
Which would make a lot of sense too if you think Paul Skeens is going to give them 5 or 6 innings. But if they're able to get to him, then the advantage swings to the Astros because now you're going to be in their bullpen on Monday. And then if they have to go to a bullpen game on Tuesday, you're going to limit the arms or the effectiveness of those arms. And they very much have everything to play for. They're still right in the thick of things as far as the wild card in the NL goes.
Yeah, so they do have their closers. David Bednar is their main closer. They have a role to Chapman. Colin Holderman is another one of their high leverage guys. He's been used as a closer. I think he's been used as a setup guy as well. They have Carmen Majinski, which is spelled Mlodzinski. Majinski. There's an L and a D in there, Susie. I know. Majinski. That's how it's pronounced. Hunter Stratton, Carmen Majinski, Hunter Stratton. Those I say are like the bridge guys. They'll be in there. Santana. Is Marco Gonzalez coming out of the bullpen or is he a starter? Maybe Marco Gonzalez will be their long guy. So we will see about Tuesday. And then, like I said, Wednesday will be Martin Perez. We've seen Martin Perez a bunch of times. I think we'll be okay. So again, we just got to win series. And then we see, is it the Rangers?
No, I can't remember who it was, but I don't think the Rangers have the White Sox or the Red Sox and the Phillies, I think.
Tampa Bay.
Well,
We will see a brand new Tampa Bay team.
maybe you'll get to see your Ray call up play against the Stros.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. I don't know. Again, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. They may sell everybody. They may keep people. Who knows? Did you see that report that said that Yandy Diaz's wife and Randy Rosarina's wife apparently didn't get along? I'm sorry. What now? I
I
was
did.
I was a little shocked. And shout out to Randy for going and being a fan in Randyland. The news broke Thursday, I think, that Randy Rosarina was getting traded to the Seattle Mariners. And Friday, he was in the stands as a fan, just watching
Wife,
watching
kids,
the
the
game.
whole nine. Yeah, it was awesome.
Got a couple of friends that are like hardcore Rays fans, and not so much baseball fans, but like Rays fans, love the Rays, and are just heartbroken that that Randy is gone, and I would be too. He's an electric player, hasn't been great this season, has been getting white hot though, like lately, and so he will be interesting in that Mariners lineup. But the fact that they trade away Randy Rosarena and they're gonna trade away more. The Rays are, I wanna say, the best version of Moneyball. I say the best version. They're the closest version to Moneyball
Moneyball
in the modern
perfected.
era.
They're never
Yeah.
gonna spend any money, but they're always competitive. And every 4 years, they're gonna be like legit, like World Series contender.
Next season, just wait. Next season, I'm calling it. Next season is going to be
I don't know.
Rays.
That whole division is such a bloodbath. They're gonna beat the shit out of each other. Baltimore is gonna be that much better. The Yankees are gonna be that much better. The Red Sox are gonna be that much better.
Did you see the reports that the clubhouse for Baltimore apparently is fractured?
No, but I just they're so loaded. Even if there's something like that going on, I don't see how they can't be good.
Have you been seeing their games? Because 'Cause they've been sucking it up lately.
Yeah, but every team goes through that. I think right now, especially trade deadline, people are talking about them being movers. I'm sure some of the younger guys, Colton Cowser, maybe are they going to trade me? I don't know. No one is clear of that. Did you see what Garrett Crochet did today? He only pitched 4 innings, got lit up because his name's out there being traded everywhere. And it seems like at this point in time, guys that could be moved, they just don't play well. It's in the back of their mind. Today could be my last day. I could have to find a new house. I could have to do all these things, and then they're just like not focused on baseball.
Yeah. Like I said, guys, it'll be interesting to see what happens at the trade deadline if the Astros are going to acquire anybody. God willing, we get a starting pitcher.
All right, what real quick because we will not talk on this in this setting before that. I assume. What do you want them to do? What was?
I would love at least 2 starting pitchers. It's not gonna happen. We don't have assets for 2 starting pitchers. We don't have assets for shooting 2 starting pitchers. I know that. But we need at least 1. We need at least 1 starting pitcher. And now that Josh Bell the
DFA?
Marlins put Josh Bell on waivers, what are we doing? Marlins, what's happening there? I don't understand.
They'll probably
So
trade him for something. It just won't be as much if they would have kept him.
so it's interesting though that they put him on waivers because 'cause I'm all, "What are we doing?" Like, you could have gotten more for him had you just held on to him, so I'm wondering if they're making room on the 40 man for something coming down the pipe. They just traded Jazz Chisholm to the fucking Yankees. Weird.
Poor guy.
Um,
They put him in number 13. Nothing good happens in that number. That was A Rod's old number.
I think they're gonna neuter him. You see what happened to Alex Verdugo? He had that dog in him, for lack of better term. He had that, like, fire, that excitement, and then he just sucked it up, and now he's just I don't know, he's neutered. I think they're gonna neuter Jazz too. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. It's gonna be it's gonna be weird seeing Jazz Chisholm in a Yankee uniform, not gonna lie. But we need a starting pitcher, but I don't know if we're gonna get a starting pitcher. Jack Flaherty's name is out there, Eric Fetty. I've been saying that I would like Eric Fetty. I feel like
I feel
that's
like
an
he's too expensive now. I feel like both
I
of them are.
correct. No one I think at this point, I think everything is too expensive. So now I'm like, "Okay, Cal Quantrill, come on down." The Colorado Rockies don't know what the fuck they're doing. They let Nolan Arenado go. They let who did they let go? Oh, didn't they let go, like no, that was the Marlins. I'm getting my poorly constructed
Red
baseball
ball
teams,
clubs.
yeah, mixed up in my head, but I don't know, maybe we get Cal Quantrill from the Rockies, and maybe we can pull a fast one over on him and be like, Here you go. These guys are really good," and maybe not have to give up as much because, like I said, it's the Rockies,
The
you
one thing
know?
I'm learning about the trade deadline over and over and over and over again, it seems like the team that's willing to wait the longest has a chance to get in and out without giving up the most. Because teams get desperate, right? You don't want to, the ones that have identified they want to sell, they're all in on selling. And it's sometimes you clutch some pearls too tight. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, that seems I'm not going that way anymore. I'm going to go somewhere else, or I'm just not going to part with those prospects. The last thing they want to do is have those guys on the roster after the trade deadline because then you lose them for nothing.
Yeah.
So for the Astros, I think it's really, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think what they're trying to do is watch the market try to come back to them a little bit for fear that the music's going to stop and one of these teams is going to be left without a chair. And it's shit. Now we've got this guy we don't want, who we said we were going to trade, who's already made up his mind. He's out. And it's, I'm going to lose value on top of value, even if he stays, because he's just not going to be the player after that point. So I really hope that we see the Astros do something tomorrow night or Tuesday, right before the deadline, where they get a guy that we didn't see coming and they didn't have to give up as much.
Question, what do the Rangers do right now?
The Rangers are in a weird spot. 2, 3
They
days
just got
ago,
swept by the Blue Jays. They just got swept by the Blue Jays, the last place Blue Jays.
but see, that's something that I think could affect a team like the White Sox, right? They've got 2 starting pitchers. in an area where there aren't a ton of starting pitchers to go around. If the Rangers decide tomorrow night they're sellers and they make DeGrom available or they make Max available, and now you've got, oh, I've got ace type guy out there, then the White Sox pitchers don't, they're not nearly as expensive. Now you can go get Fetty for two middling prospects, where before it was going to cost you a good one and maybe two middle ones. It just depends. I think that's what I think a lot of teams, the Astros included, I think Dana Brown's trying to be really cagey and go, okay, I do not want to part with too many premium prospects. I just don't have a lot of them. And if I can get a team to come back to me a little bit and say, dig into Corpus as opposed to digging into Sugarland, I'm going to be better for it because a lot of the talent right now is in Sugarland.
As it stands right now, we are percentage points ahead of Seattle. We are virtually tied for first place, but we are literally the percentage points for Houston is 524 versus 523 for Seattle. So, like I said, virtually tied for first. Texas is 4.5 games back. Like I said, they swept 4 games with the White Sox and then got swept 3 games with the Blue Jays. And now they're 4.5 games back, 6 games back in the wild card. My question is, do you think everything hinges on tomorrow night's game with St. Louis? If they win that game with St. Louis, do you think that sways the Rangers either way? Or
I
do you
think if
think that
they,
they
I think if
have their mind made up now?
Oh no, I think tomorrow matters because if they lose that game and either the Astros or Seattle wins, 5.5 seems like a lot for a team that just hasn't been playing well. They didn't really add anything else. If you're not going to go be a buyer, I don't think they can say, "Oh, I'm going to stand pat and be good." So I feel like that if they lose tomorrow, they make up no ground tomorrow. There's a good chance they could sell.
So Seattle is facing Boston in Boston.
Anytime a team
And
from the East Coast got to go west or the West got to go east, those games are always extremely hard for the road team.
so that will be Logan Gilbert versus Nick Pavetta. And then the Tuesday game is Luis Castillo with newly acquired James Paxton. Boston,
Big
what are you
Maple.
doing?
I think that
Now,
was really smart.
Now, James Paxton was on the Red Sox last season, and they didn't re-sign him, and then the Dodgers signed him, and then the Dodgers were like, "JK, we got enough pitchers." Why did I say it like that? "James Paxton, we're DFAing you." And then he's "Cool. Boston, let's go." Not gonna lie, I wanted the Astros to, like, sneak in and be like, "Here, James Paxton, take the ball every 5th day. At least I know you can take the ball every 5th fucking day."
And you're going to go 5 or 6 innings. Like where we worry about Jake Bloss or Spencer Aggetti getting through 5 or 6 innings without giving up 78 runs, you feel like James Paxton can do that. That's why I think it was a really smart move by Boston because it didn't cost them a ton to add a reliable fourth or fifth starter to their rotation in the middle of a playoff run.
Yeah. So, we'll see what else Seattle does. Seattle also dealt Ryan Stanek to the Mets. The Mets are just trying to garner the 2023 Astros bullpen. They got Phil Maton from the Rays. So, I'm just saying, Uncle Steve, we got Rafael Montero. He was the glue that held that bullpen together, and we can send him on over.
He
Just
could be the
I'm just
last
saying.
Infinity Stone.
Mhm. Mhm. You say the word, Uncle Steve, and we'll send him on right on over.
We just want you to put soda in the machines. That's all we want. We don't want anything else but soda.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I
Go
really
ahead.
love about what's going on now, the Astros had to deal with the Dodgers, and I don't know how you felt going into the series, but I'm sure some people didn't think they were going to win that series. But now the power of the schedule flips in the Astros' favor, where the Astros, yes, they have to deal with Paul Skeens, but outside of him, Pittsburgh's pretty beatable. And then they turn around and they get Tampa in our house. We just talked about how Tampa's selling. Seattle's got to deal with Boston, and then they got to deal with a Phillies team that's probably the best in baseball. So that's their gauntlet that they have to. And then Texas and Seattle, they're basically, I'm sorry, Texas playing St. Louis after, after, or that's their next one. So they're
Mhm.
doing that. And then who do they get? They get
And then they
Boston.
come here.
So Texas gets Boston. So those teams are going to be beating each other up. And I think the
So
Astros
we
have a
are
great,
so essentially what we're saying is we are Red Sox fans for the next week, is what
yes,
we're saying.
yes. Win all the games, Boston.
Not gonna lie, I actually really enjoy Boston, and sneakily, they've been really good, and I take all of the shit talk that I said back. I was like, "What rotation? What are they gonna do?" I
The
don't
Netflix people. I think they've got something to do with it. After Boston, then we go to Texas.
so last I wanna say, like, the last week or the last couple of series in September, I wanna say, is with Seattle and with the Rangers. So, it's going to be very interesting, like, it's gonna come down the fucking wire.
Hopefully it doesn't, but yeah, it could.
Fingers crossed that it does not, and that we can just handily beat them without, with our whole slew of starting pitching that we're going to have. And Kyle
It's
Tucker,
going to be a big
Peg
bat at
Leg
the trade
Pete,
deadline.
Peg Leg Pete, come on down. Love it. That's our big addition. That's what's Ken Rosenthal's going to tweet out. Kyle Tucker activated from the IL. There's your big bad Astros. Not lie, I would love that though. Ooh, but if he does do any rehab games in Sugarland,
I'll
I'm
be
there.
there.
I'll be there. 100%.
I'm 10 minutes away. I'm there.
Be like, Kyle Tucker, please sign this hat. Sign all the things, Kyle Tucker. So, anyhow, thoughts, Tom?
Astros are a good spot. I'd love them to get a starting pitcher. I feel like they're going to get a starting pitcher. I just don't know the caliber, and I'm terrified of what it's going to cost. It's going to sound horrible for all you Jake Myers fans, but if it's Jake Myers, I'm not as mad as if it's Chas McCormick or if it's Joey Loverfido. I just don't, for whatever reason, I know, I'm sorry. Jake Myers is just a guy to me. I was not a Miles Straw guy either. And when that trade happened, I did not care then. And some people were like, what? He was the glue guy. They loved him. He was everything. And I don't miss him. And if Jake Myers goes to the White Sox, I won't miss him there either. I wish him all the best, but I just don't want them to dig too deep into the farm system. If it starts with Jake Melton, no, what is it?
Jacob Melton.
Jacob Melton. If he's involved in anything, I'm going to be very upset. If DeCenzo's involved in anything, I'm going to be very upset. If Wagner's
What about
involved in
Bryce
anything,
Matthews?
I'm not even going to name him because that's ignorant to involve Bryce Matthews. That kid's an absolute fucking stud. At no point in time should Bryce Matthews be touched. He should be
Okay.
untouchable.
What about
More
Shea
than
Wilkins?
Jake Melton. Shea Wilkins, another one that I'm gonna hate it, but I'm gonna understand it. If they have to trade him, they have to trade him.
Pedro Leon.
I feel like he's gonna go. I feel like he's blocked. I I wouldn't mind it, but I don't see him having the value of the other ones.
Forrest Whitley.
In the words of Susie, he's gotten me way too excited to be upset if they trade him now.
That's not what I said, but that's very close. Very close. Almost. You almost had it. So, yeah, it'll be okay. Ooh, AJ Bluebaugh. I can't say
I,
his
I
name
I can
without
I
snickering
can't see
either.
him going anywhere because he's too young. I feel like Dana's been very adamant about we're not touching our young guys. He's trying to keep as much good young talent. Now they're gonna have to trade some, but I
I
feel
thought
like
he said that he wasn't gonna touch the 26-man roster. I thought I read that somewhere, that he wasn't gonna touch the 20 or maybe the 40.
he said a lot of things. He said,
Okay.
I'm not going to touch them. He said, no one's untouchable. He's, I don't want to trade as many young guys if I don't have to. Let's be honest. I think he's going to be forced into a corner and he knows he needs to do something.
That's true.
So
It's true. Although I really love that the report was the Dodgers and Yankees were fighting over Isak Paredes, and then the Chicago Cubs swooped in and was all, "Fuck y'all. Here's Christopher Morel." What? I don't understand what's happening there. Okay. I don't know if Christopher Morel was like the bad piece in that trade, and I don't know enough about the other prospects that the Rays got from the Cubs to say that, but the fact that they traded for a negative F4 player, okay. Sure. I don't know if they're gonna fix Christopher Morel. Anytime that the Rays trade for someone, I'm always like, "Did we miss something? Is it are we not seeing what you're seeing?" Obviously we're not. Because I feel like this is what the Rays do, especially with pitchers. The Rays fix the pitchers, and then they're so good for the Rays, and then their contract is up, and then whatever other club picks up those Rays pitchers, they're never as good. They're never as good as they were when they're on the Rays, and I don't know what the secret sauce is over there. I don't know. I'm always very hesitant and very what's the word that I'm looking for? Hesitant is not the word I'm looking for. Reticent?
cautious.
Reticent. Cautious,
Or
there we
that.
go. When the Rays trade for someone, you always give those people just another little look and you're all, I don't what's happening there? How why? So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Christopher Morel. Side note, I want to say I saw a report saying that they wonder if they can trade Wander Franco's contract. I wasn't aware that Wander Franco was ever going to play in MLB ever again. I thought that was clear from the get-go. I don't know. If for some reason that's not a thing that he can somehow come back at some point, I don't do it. Don't want it. We'll see though. I don't know. Kevin Cash maybe is a miracle worker.
I don't think that's
Did
a
wonders
cash
for
thing.
Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't think there's any possible scenario where he gets traded.
All right. With that said, Tom, tell the people where they can find you on the interwebs.
Third Coast Tom on Twitter. That's where I do the most of my damage. TC Tom1 on Instagram. I moonlight there. And the PSF app. I don't know when our next game is, but when we do games, it's always a good time. The Stros are pretty good. Our record's pretty good, I think, when we call them. It's the best place to watch game. If you were not at the game, come hang out on the PSF app and follow us on Twitter. We'll let you know when we do our next game.
Yep, definitely follow us on Twitter, follow us on the socials, and especially if you want to be notified of that, we will put that up shortly. Obviously, follow the podcast on all of the socials. I'm sorry that I'm very distracted by a mosquito.
Kill it.
I'm did not kill it anyhow. Follow us on all of the socials. Follow us on YouTube. Like this episode. If you have any trade predictions or anybody that you don't want, anybody that you do want, put it in the comments. Tell us who you want, who you don't want, where you think people are going. Yell at Tom for trading Jake Myers. Happy birthday. Tell Tom happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Like I said, I am a horrible co-host that did not wish Tom a happy birthday on his actual birthday. So for that, I apologize. I'm very sorry,
It's all
Tom.
good. It's all good.
So sorry.
It's just another day.
I was gonna say I will like Venmo you money to buy a drink, but I'm not gonna do that either. So don't.
That
I'm just
Sugarland game. We'll get together on the
there you
Sugarland.
go. There you go. So, again, if you have not given us a 5-star rating on the podcast apps, please do that now. Okay. Apple, Spotify, any of the other podcast apps, if you don't use those two, please give whatever highest rating is over there. If you've not said nice words in the form of a review, please do that. All right. The last one I got that I found, I was moved to almost tears. People, almost tears. It's very impressive because it didn't involve an animal or my child or my children. In fact, that happened. It's quite impressive. That said, we are going to wrap up the show and say, yeah, and record.